Where is that universal means of self-defense for the second half of life? Moreover, one that doesn't raise any questions from the police and that you can even carry in an airplane cabin. A baseball bat is also a weapon, but if you try to bring a baseball bat onto a plane or walk down the street carrying it in your hands, the police will have questions. So what to do? This line of thought led me to the only possible solution, a legal club, which is a good quality cane. Options with a hidden blade I dismissed immediately. For example, if a dog attacks me, what are my actions? Pull out the blade from the cane and swiftly chop off the dog's head for such insolence as attacking me. Clearly not an option. Just using it as a club with a long blade inside just in case. When passing through airport security, there will immediately be questions. So only a cane, a good quality cane. First, the history of the item. This instrument is so universal that we see it throughout the history of Homo sapiens. The first weapons of our very distant ancestors, a stick and a stone. The earliest archaeological finds associated with the use of sticks and clubs date back to the Lower Paleolithic era, about 2.5 million years ago. Most findings indicate that sticks and clubs were used as weapons or tools. And throughout the subsequent millions of years of development, our ancestors walked leaning on their sticks. In some ancient cultures, staffs began to be used as symbols of power or status. With the emergence of class stratification and the invention of more effective weapons, stone axes, obsidian daggers, swords, rapiers, the walking stick and club became the domain of the poor and peasants. But new times came. In European high society, in modern times, canes began to be used by the aristocracy and upper classes as an alternative to carrying sabers and rapiers after restrictions on their everyday carrying appeared. Canes became popular among gentlemen because they combined functionality, support while walking, and aesthetic appeal, decorations and ornamental handles, precious metals, emphasizing the owner's status. Moreover, canes could also serve as a means of self-defense, although less effective than sabers and rapiers. Some canes had hidden weapons, such as blades or even pistols, allowing their owners a higher degree of protection in dangerous situations. Thus, the use of canes by the aristocracy after restrictions on carrying sabers and rapiers was a compromise between status, fashion, and functionality. In the society of that time, carrying canes was widespread. In almost all wealthy homes, there were stands for canes next to the coat rack. We know that everything new is often something old that's been forgotten. The use of sticks as weapons, as mentioned earlier, has a long and varied history worldwide. Here are some of the most famous and vivid schools of stick fighting. Filipino arnis. This martial art uses sticks as the primary weapon. Techniques include strikes, blocks, and disarming the opponent. Creole Lacan, a cane fighting style that developed on Réunion Island. It includes elements of fencing and acrobatics. Peasant Jodo in Japan. This fighting style was developed by peasants as a method of self-defense against the lawlessness of samurai. It uses sticks to deflect sword attacks and counterattack. Irish Batareacht, a traditional Irish fighting style used in group skirmishes and duels. It is very similar to boxing in its fighting manner. If you have boxing experience, this is definitely for you. Cane fighting in Great Britain, Batitsu. Founded in the late 19th century by Sir Edward William Barton Wright, it combines techniques of boxing, judo, and cane fighting. Batitsu became famous thanks to the stories of Sherlock Holmes, where he used this fighting style. These are just some of the many styles and schools of stick fighting that exist around the world. Each has its own history, techniques, and philosophy. Thus, humanity, leaning on the cane, reached the 20th century, and the cane began to fade from the scene. This happened for several reasons. Changing fashion trends. Over time, fashion and clothing styles underwent significant changes. The cane, as a fashion accessory indicating the owner's status, began to give way to other items such as watches, cigarette cases, and ties. During the 20th century, there was a gradual leveling of social classes and a change in public perceptions of prestige and status. The cane, as a symbol of high social standing, began to lose its relevance. Lifestyle changes. In past times, people moved much more on foot, and canes were more relevant. But from the beginning of the 20th century, the population massively switched to individual and public transport, making the cane less practical. Improved urban environments. The development of cities, smoother and better lit streets, partial resolution of the problem of stray animals, reduced the likelihood of dangerous situations in which a cane could be used for self-defense. Thus, the abandonment of canes in the 20th century was largely due to practical considerations and lifestyle changes, although fashion and social perceptions also played a role. Women in the 18th and 19th centuries also used canes, although not as widely as men. In the past, women carried canes mainly as a fashion accessory or to demonstrate their status. Women's canes were generally more elegant and refined in design, decorated with stones, carvings, or other decorative elements, expensive and beautiful accessories. However, as with men over time and with changing social norms and fashion, the use of canes by women gradually faded away. There are many examples in history of famous people and their canes. Charlie Chaplin. Although not a historical figure in the traditional sense, his image with a cane is one of the most famous in 20th century culture. His character, the tramp, was always depicted with a recognizable bamboo cane. Winston Churchill. Churchill was often depicted with a cane. He used it not only as a means of support but also as a symbol of power and determination. Louis XIV, the King of France, also known as the Sun King, made the cane a fashionable accessory for nobles. His canes were very expensive, decorated with precious stones and metals, serving as symbols of his wealth and power. And what do we see in our time? Today, there's an increasing emphasis on a healthy lifestyle and physical activity, particularly walking. And with it, walking sticks have returned. Nordic walking is a good example of how poles can be used to maintain health and physical fitness. This activity has become popular, and many people enjoy it to strengthen muscles and the cardiovascular system. Although Nordic walking uses special poles rather than traditional canes, I've been walking with a cane for long distances at a speed of about 6 km/h for over 5 years, and it's convenient. I can confidently recommend it. Sticks can be effective equipment for physical exercises. For example, a cane can be used with rubber resistance bands, turning it into an effective fitness tool. Also, a cane as a sports accessory can be used in hiking conditions as an alternative to an alpenstock. If it's a cane with appropriate strength and length, it can perform most functions of an alpenstock. An alpenstock is a tool used during hikes on rough terrain and mountain treks to improve stability, balance, and self-belaying. It can also facilitate climbing steep slopes and help when descending, providing an additional point of support and reducing the load on the knees. I recommend watching at least one short video on the technique of moving with an alpenstock. However, remember that an ordinary cane may not withstand the same serious loads as a specialized alpenstock. Before using a cane in this capacity, ensure its strength and reliability. If you're going on a challenging hike, it's better to choose professional equipment. If it's a small hike or a walk on uneven terrain, a cane will be an excellent helper. It will help you maintain balance and confidence in every step, as well as reduce the load on your legs and joints. One advantage of using a cane is the ability to carry it on an airplane around the world without significant restrictions. Since a cane is officially a walking aid, airlines allow passengers to bring it into the aircraft cabin. In general, we can confidently say that canes are returning to our daily lives, adapting to modern requirements, preferences, and materials. They can become useful tools for maintaining health and physical fitness, as well as effective means of self-defense when properly chosen and used. There are many companies and brands that produce high-quality canes meeting various criteria such as functionality, style, and durability. Some of the most well-known manufacturers and brands. Classic Canes, UK. Offers a wide range of canes from functional and durable models to fashionable and sophisticated options with unique handles and decorations. Harvey Surgical Supply, USA. Produces medical and orthopedic canes, as well as fashionable and elegant models for men and women. Fayet, France. A French company known for its luxurious and stylish canes with carved handles and inlays. Royal Canes, USA. Offers a variety of canes including fashionable, functional, and themed models, such as canes with built-in flashlights or self-defense features. Gastroc, Germany. A German company producing quality canes from various materials such as wood, aluminum, and carbon fiber. This is by no means a complete list, as there are many other companies and workshops that produce canes. However, these manufacturers provide a good overview of the various styles and quality of canes available on the market. When choosing a cane, consider your preferences, needs, and budget to find the perfect model that will serve you for many years. As it happens, I use canes from Cold Steel. This is an American company founded in 1980, initially specializing in the production of knives, swords, and other cutting tools. However, over time, the company's range expanded, and today Cold Steel is also known for its canes. Cold Steel canes differ from most other products in that they are designed with an emphasis on strength and functionality, especially concerning self-defense. These canes are often made from high-strength materials such as polymers or aluminum, making them ideal for those looking for a durable and reliable cane capable of withstanding intensive use. The company's range includes various cane models, including those that mimic the style and appearance of traditional wooden canes but are made from modern materials. In general, cold steel canes can be a good choice for people looking for a strong, affordable, and functional cane, especially with an emphasis on self-defense. However, if you prefer a more traditional or sophisticated style, you might consider other brands specializing in classic and decorative canes. Summary: beyond self-defense, a cane is also an excellent support. Even if you are completely healthy, a cane can help you maintain balance in difficult situations, reduce the load on your legs during long walks or trips. A cane as sports equipment, especially together with resistance bands of various elasticity. Don't forget that a cane can be a wonderful element of your style. A beautifully made cane will emphasize your individuality and add confidence to your image. And a club that is always with you, which you need to learn to use properly. So don't treat a cane as a simple and long-forgotten accessory. It can be multifaceted and useful in various aspects of life. And remember, the main thing in any means of self-defense is your skill and confidence in using it. Therefore, if you decide to choose a cane as your means of self-defense, be sure to learn how to use it properly. Be healthy, confident in yourself, and always be on guard for your safety and the safety of your property. If what I'm talking about is informative and useful, subscribe to the channel, share the video, like, and leave your comments and questions. Thank you for your attention, and goodbye.